You're listening to a Starbird Media podcast.
Awesome! Everything is awesome! Come take a seat. New voices, new stories every week. Everything is awesome! Turn it up, let's go. Talking awesome people. And the things they know. From acting to writing, dice on the table, art on the wall, yeah, anything's able. We'll chase a tangent, dive too deep. Movies, Batman, Smith, Marvel geeks, everything is awesome.
Welcome to this week's edition of Everything is Awesome. I'm your host, Kev, and this is the show where we sit down and talk to awesome people about awesome things. And I know that the last time we sat here and had a conversation, I said, yes, we're back at it, baby. And I really did think that I wanted to do that. I really do think that hitting the 10-year anniversary of Everything is Awesome was going to start the creative juices. Hey, the mental health, the grief, I don't know, man. It just didn't happen the way I wanted it to. But that being said, I'm there now. Hopefully, I thought Fan Expo was also going to help me get into that, and we did record stuff that will be airing shortly from there. Anyway, long story short, we're back. Basically in time for when season 3 would have started, but we're still in season 2 because we didn't really air anything in the last couple months here. Hopefully the plan will be for anyone that's interested in the plan for Everything is Awesome, is that we will be airing episodes through probably Thanksgiving, right around there. We're going to take a short holiday break through Thanksgiving to New Year's, and then come back New Year's in January, just in time for 11 years of Everything is Awesome and gearing up for 20 years of Kev podcasting. I've been podcasting since 2007. So next year, next July, will be my 20th anniversary. So I'm already kind of spinning some gears in my head about what to do, taking some inspiration from what Jeff Stormer did for the 10-year anniversary of Party of One, and applying that to just 20 years of podcasting for Kev. Anyway, that's like the plan. Hopefully I can stick with it, where we air through the holidays, take a holiday break, and then come back in January and basically go until about May or June. Fan Expo, I think, will be our season finale, is pretty much a good stopping point for us. And then take the summer off. I like to try to do like a summer session that will I've been planning for years, so hopefully we'll do that as well. But anyway, that's the plan for season 2. Today, you're not here to listen to me babble on about what could have been and what could have been and what should be. You're here to listen to our guest today. Today's guest is a good friend of mine I've known now for, I guess, over 10 years, considering that this November-ish is the 10-year anniversary of the Once Upon a Wine Christmas Magic Christmas album. I believe last year was the 10-year anniversary of Oh It, the Rock Opera. And probably a year or two before that is when I virtually met, at least, and I want to say, 10 years ago, when this October, I think, is the anniversary of me meeting this person at New York Comic Con for our live show there. This week's guest is an amazing actress, singer, multi-talented person, and all-around good person, activist, Amiee Conn. We go back, like I said, a long time, since Everything is Awesome. Back when was I hosting Podcast as Steel Tip? I think I was hosting Podcast as Steel Tip back then. That's how far back we go. That being said, sit back, relax, and we're going to get into, the political I'm not going to edit that out. We're going to get into the activism that Amiee is part of. We're going to get into, Once Upon a Time, Once Upon a Wine, the rock opera. We're going to get into what she's been up to and all the different projects she's been doing. Yeah, what a great conversation. I'll see you on the other end right here on Everything is Awesome, only on awesomepodcast.com.
All stuff that could be part of the show.
Yeah,
Why
exactly.
not?
Very true.
It's funny because I was going to switch the show up
Okay.
and do my intros live again.
Oh, right on.
But I did it for one episode and then went back and listened to it, and I don't like it. Like, it's just not a format that I like. So the future Kev will intro the show. But going back to like the world ending and mental health and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I learned now 2016, big year for a lot of things.
Yes.
So this is the 10-year anniversary of Everything is Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
10-year anniversary of me doing my first podcast festival.
Oh, wow.
Cool. 10-year anniversary of screening Once Upon a Time, the rock opera at New York Comic Con and doing a live podcast there.
That's right.
10-year anniversary of Christmas Magic that you guys did.
Mm-hmm.
And then unfortunately, it's also the 10-year anniversary of me losing my uncle.
I'm sorry.
And which is like, it literally, this past, so he died in November 2016.
Mm-hmm.
A year or two ago, I finally was like, maybe I need medicine. Maybe I can't handle life.
Sure. Understandable these days.
And so I was on some form of Lexapro or whatever for a little bit. And then like, I'm real bad at taking pills. Like, God forbid I actually need them to like stay alive one day.
Right.
Because I don't I'm bad. Like, I can't remember to take them.
You have the day one, like the little opening Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the calendar ones. That helped me one time when I had to take a lot of.
I was real. I mean, aside from vitamins, I was just taking that one. Like, that was the only prescribed
one every day. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And so like, I don't have, I mean, again, at being a out of shape male in my 40s now, eventually I'm going to have to take a bunch of pills. Like my dad did it.
We all will.
Right. But for now, I was like, I talked to the doctor because they asked me if I was still taking it. I was like, well, no, I kind of stopped. And they're like, well, why? And I was like, did it work? I was like, it actually worked great, except I don't remember to take it. So like, you tell me, is it better for me to like take it sometimes? Right. Or just not take it at all and find other ways. And they're like, yeah, you should not roller coaster on Lexapro. I was like, thank you. So
at least you know that about yourself now.
Yeah. It was something that like, I'm just bad at medicine. And but ironically, like I stopped taking it sometime last year, which is when my dad died on St. Patrick's Day of 2025.
God, I'm sorry.
Thank you. But in a lot of ways, like so I used to grieve my uncle for like months. Like, October sucks because that's when I knew he was going downhill. He passed away early November. Thanksgiving was big with him. His birthday's in December. And so like, I have like a 3 or 4 month period where I was like useless creatively. Like I just got into a funk.
Oh yeah. No, that's understandable. I'm like that.
But losing my dad in a way, I think like fixed my grieving process, because this past November was the first year that like, I didn't let it affect me for 4 months. And I don't think there's an unhealthy way to grieve. If that's how you grieve, that's how you grieve. As long as you're going to work, as long as you're keeping yourself alive. Yeah.
Hygiene is good.
Yeah. Keeping your family, doing what you need to do to keep your family, around or whatever. But this is the first year where I was like, all right, like the night before it sucked. And then the day of, I kind of just gave myself the day to do nothing. And I was like, oh, is this what normalcy is? Like on the day after, I was like, I'm obviously still sad.
Right,
But
of
is
course.
this normalcy?
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, because I was like getting back into this podcast and a couple other creative projects that I was working on. And I was like, I think I just need to be creative. Like, I think that's my medicine.
Plug in. Yeah.
Hmm.
No, but I know what you mean because like I lost my mom in 2009, like a couple years after I moved to LA,
Okay.
and it shook my world, and it still
Yeah.
does. But it's been how long now that it feels still like yesterday though. Like that's the thing. Grief is a process, and everyone has a different process. You can relate to each other in different ways, but it's all very unique and it's your own journey. As long as, like you
Yeah.
said, as long as you're functioning and getting out of bed, and depression is real. It's
Yeah.
understandable. The ebb and flows, the roller coaster ride of it all. But my mom passed away on New Year's Eve, so it's
Oof.
really hard to celebrate that anymore,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Right.
But I do take it to celebrate her, and I do celebrate the memory, her memory, our memories, and then bringing in the new year with my loved ones around me that I have in my life now. So, but it's taken a long time and a journey, of yourself
Yeah.
to get there, and that's on your
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. And that's like, so Christmas, his birthday is like 4 or 5 days before Christmas. So
Oh,
that's the
jeez.
day that we decorate the tree. And he
Yeah.
used to
Okay.
work at
Nice.
Pizza Hut. So we order Pizza Hut.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, I mean, it has no meaningful memory to anyone but me because I was
That's
the only
awesome.
one that was around for him to be working at Pizza Hut. He was a successful adult when he died.
Right.
But that's still like, oh, like we did that anyway. It was just on a different
Yeah.
timetable.
Traditions.
Pizza Hut has a meaningful, relationship to so like that's what we do. That's how we honor my uncle on his birthday now that's what we do
That's
here.
cool.
So yeah, and I haven't really found like, I guess we went out to dinner with my mom for my dad's birthday. We actually probably, I think the day before my dad's birthday because we got hit with the big snowstorm that weekend.
Oh, right. With everything like that right now. Jeez, how's that going?
Yeah. Well, now everything's fine.
Oh, okay.
It's I mean, still a lot of snow out there, but
Mm.
it's all starting to melt and stuff. It's hard because it's
Okay.
also really cold. Now,
Yeah.
I understand areas of the country that
Uh-huh.
don't get this a lot. Let's say
Yeah.
Florida, Texas, Tennessee, like, oh, you guys
Right.
don't have the infrastructure to handle ice storms or snowstorms. The craziness of the greater Philadelphia area acting like it was COVID again and just buying everything off the shelf.
Oh, no way. Really? Just
My
saving
buddy
up
showed me
for bunkering in, huh? Damn.
for 2 days. For 2 days. I'm like looking around, I was like, we
Ah,
get snow here, right? Like, I'm not crazy.
right. Like, where am I again?
we we get snow. I mean, it's been a while since we had this much snow,
Mhm.
but we get snow. We have an infrastructure.
You have experience
Like
with the
this
snow.
area, it's not Boston, it's not the Northeast, it's not Canada. People get
Sure.
more snow than us. But like
Yeah.
blizzard of 96, I grew up in it. Like
Right.
it's the infrastructure is here to salt the roads and to shovel it.
That
I
is
don't know what
interesting.
happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just on
It's
autopilot, just like, it's an emergency.
yeah,
Crisis.
like
Another crisis.
I guess it's because I don't know if is that what it is? Is has 2020 changed us that much that like
I
the
mean,
thought
it's possible because we don't have the studies yet, we won't have the studies like
it
for
is
decades
just
really
crazy.
to
Oh yeah,
understand
oh yeah.
how much.
I will be dead by the time.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly. So good luck. Enjoy.
yeah, yeah.
100 years from
Uh,
now, there'll be another pandemic probably because that's what happened
Right.
with the 1918 one. So yeah.
Exactly. That's
It's like, oh yeah, we've been through this before. We just didn't have social media or streaming services, and it's like at least we have those now to keep us busy. But
I do hate that like the 1920s and 30s are just happening again.
I
It
know.
literally
Exactly.
it's
And
why
1930s in some places. It's like, yeah, it's why if you're a history nerd like we are, it's just kind of like,
Yeah.
do you not see all of this right now?
right. It is
Oh,
and like I and I knew we would probably tiptoe in this territory just based off like of how much you are, talk about it online and are an activist for it. And I try to keep this show fun. I
Sure,
knew it
of
was going to get
course,
there.
of course.
But yeah, I mean, it is absolutely crazy to me that I mean, I also think we're seeing something that's never been seen in the
Oh,
history of world leaders right now too. That like this
absolutely.
week. I can't even form correct sentences about because I'm just
Mhm.
so flabbergasted that like no one's been arrested. Like no
I
one, like
know. It's just
no,
at least
no one.
performatively too, at least do it
Right.
at least
Oh,
performatively. And yet there's
that's not
nothing.
fair. That's not fair. The 5-year-old brown kids are getting arrested. That's
Oh, that's true.
like,
That's true. But
like,
the
so I guess
criminals on the street.
it's, it has been like, uh, it, oh God, it's been a sucky 10 years in that regard of like,
Yes, it
oh,
has. Yes, it has.
I literally have to fight for basic shit for the last 10,
Basic
even,
necessities of life. And yeah,
mhm,
yeah. Yeah,
um,
parties aside, it's just about human decency and human
yeah,
rights and
one,
civil liberties and civil rights that we have fought for and have had. So yeah,
yeah,
it's not you're
it
not
is.
crazy to be gaslit every day about it.
No, and it is like something that God, I had a buddy of mine. The two of us did an episode of this or something else,
Mm,
and I was like said something about my mental health, and this was like yeah, it was a couple of years ago. It was like 2022 maybe,
okay.
and we were talking, and he's like, "Oh, you mean like your mental health for the last 2 or 3 years has just gone to shit because a worldwide pandemic hit you, and we have leadership that fucking sucks?" I was like, "Huh." When you put it like that, it makes a lot of sense.
Yes, it does. And especially how it's like we all are united on that. Like we all feel it somehow, some way,
Yeah,
somehow.
but the sane people do. The sane people all see it.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
is a portion of the world where I'm just like, how? But
Yeah.
that is what it is.
Hmm. Yeah. You
I
can't
know
change
I
it
asked
if they want to.
well, it has been nice seeing certain people, not a lot of people. I wish more people, but
Sure.
seeing people like who I know, not necessarily they never were for Trump, but they were
Mhm.
Republicans and
Sure.
I think still are, but
Yeah.
like they are like, "Oh, this is not what I mean." Like there are
Right.
now
That's
I
good.
also think yes, I do think that when you there are I don't know, that party just has bad stances even when it's not Trump. So like I
Yeah.
still can't get behind like how do you vote for it because it's
True.
not like
One thing at
but
a time, though.
right,
Yeah.
but like
Agreed.
it is I like nice seeing people that I know that like, oh, I'm a fiscal Republican and like actually mean it because like they have switched sides.
Right.
At least voting. I don't know what they're actually affiliated as, but like voting wise, they were like, yeah, I don't. He's a monster. He's a goddamn monster. So like, it's it's nice to see that there are some people doing it. I just wish it was more. You know,
Absolutely. Right.
uh, and maybe when things settle after this week, we'll see more. I don't know, but
That's
uh,
the topsy-turviness of it. I know. It's you would think logically that yeah, and that's the thing. It's like I have family who's Republican. It's not about the Republican. It's about again
right,
the ethics behind it. You could put another name party on it. It's about
right,
what the actions are and a consistent behavior of the actions too over
right.
decades. So it's just like in person, like seeing this now. There's nothing more to say other than like
It's
we're in it
it's
together
so
and we're not going to let it fall to pieces as
right.
best as we can because that's not what the most of Americans want.
And I know that there's like, whether it's privately or I'm pretty
Yeah.
vocal about where I stand.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of like, oh, it's the right, but like, hey, Democrats suck too.
Oh
Like,
yes. No. There needs to be more than a two-party system,
yeah,
first of all.
yeah.
Like it doesn't
I,
represent the people.
we have the great, and I say this sarcastically, John Fetterman as our senator. So
Oh,
like
that's right. How's
the
that go?
guy who, the guy who is supposed to save it.
I know.
And
I
then
was rooting for him. I was like, okay, this guy's a little different, but good. Like he cares. He's passionate.
I,
Let's go.
I'm like so curious, like, is it like was it a facade or
Right.
did his like his stroke or whatever he had did it
Right.
really like flip something in his brain to like be the most center Democrat, like almost right Democrat. I've like siding with things that I would feel like whenever he first ran before his stroke, he was against.
Against, yeah.
Real curious what it was, a
Yeah, what flip?
facade or a health thing that caused the flip.
Probably both. There's probably complications of both.
Yeah, but
My opinion on it.
no, but there's a great Philadelphia area comedian who's very loud and vocal, Alex Perlman,
Mhm.
who is, I'm sure he's the red hair guy. Sure has probably been on your feed somewhere
Probably
because
somewhere, yeah. Because the name sounds
uh
familiar.
yeah, but he screams about, everything that's happening all the time. It's how he it's helped him like rebuild his comedy career, but he's also using his
Right.
platform that he built off of
Yeah,
being the angry guy to be angry about what's happening in the world
actual
today.
things.
And
Yeah,
and
very
like he is
Parliamentary.
very vocal about Fetterman being an
Okay.
asshole now.
Well, it's
Like,
local for him, right? So that makes
yeah.
that's a good thing.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, that
it's
makes
local for us. But there like and maybe we'll wrap the serious talk on this is
no worries.
I'm a big fan of fivecalls.org.
Oh, yes, yeah,
Um
really great site, yeah.
we actually, I think his name is Nick, is one of the co-founders,
Okay.
and we had him on the show I think in 2016
Oh, wow,
because the
full
world
circle.
was falling apart. Yeah, I with everything that was going on, with trying to prevent the bill from passing for DHS and ICE and stuff.
Right.
Um, I was like, you know what? People like, here's five calls. And I went back in my episode catalog. I was like, I know I talked to the guy. And I was like, oh, the first time the Cheeto was in office, I had to talk about all this. And it's crazy that for like
Wow,
almost the entirety of this show, in my show notes, there has been like a little blurb and link about five calls because it is such a great
cool,
way
it's
to like,
great.
and
Yeah.
I'm a person who like, I don't, as I've dominated the conversation thus far.
No, it's okay.
I hate
Important stuff
talking to
here.
people. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I hate talking
I
to
just I
people.
get anxiety. I wish I
Yeah.
could do better, but I get anxiety. I hear you on that.
And so like I'm the guy that's like, oh wait, 501, I'll just leave the voicemail because it counts. Like because a lot of times
Yeah,
that's what you're getting anyway.
true, yeah.
Um
I had
uh
one time when I called a city council one though, like a local one, and I got somebody. I was like, "Oh fuck, okay, sorry." Oh crap, because I was
we
like,
curse on the show.
"Okay, cool." Just like I can't remember. Then it just jolted me. I was like, I was not expecting that, but I had my script in front of me. I was good, but it's just yeah, it's just there's something I've been like that since I was a kid. It's just anxiety.
It is, yeah, no, I don't feel like I'm an anxious person, but like I do not I am I guess I am in very specific
Yeah, just a little bit.
scenarios. And I feel like that's true of a lot of like
Oh
creators
yeah. Oh
and
yeah.
like you're very out there
Hmm.
as like a creative person, actress for you, from or singing,
Hmm.
talking on this,
Right.
very hard to keep me to shut up on this thing. But I like, hey, can you go to this unfamiliar place for a party for your kid and you'll just be there with the other parents? I'm like,
Right.
that
Can you
sounds
just
like a
talk to them?
nightmare.
Yeah. Yes. My dog's very antisocial. She's almost 18 and she does not like to socialize with other animals. So I don't have that problem because I don't have to do that. But
I know.
I just have to like meditate before I go out into public now because it is so much energy of just that feeling of just weightedness because of shit that's happening in the world, but also like it just drains you. And I'm an extrovert some days, but I'm also an introvert some days. And so I need my space and my solitude to like recharge my batteries to get ready
Yeah.
for the next step. And that's just it depends on what how that is for you, you know. It's
Yeah.
understandable.
No. That's like, so May is a big month for us. It's two kids' birthdays.
Oh wow, yeah.
It's
Birthday
Mother's
month.
Day.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And then for me, one of the big things I do is Fan Expo, which
Oh
is
right,
like
yeah.
the big Philadelphia Comic-Con that comes through.
Got it.
And I usually run like 2 or 3 panels at those. So
Sweet.
like by the end of May, I'm like, oh boy, I need to
Burnt
like
out a little bit.
I need to just not be near anybody.
Yes, understandable for sure.
And I mean, part of like me getting back into doing this show on a regular basis was like, well, I need to find a way where I need to recharge
Yeah.
because doing a weekly podcast is hard. I mean, you
Yeah.
I don't know if you still do your
We do. It's not as consistent. We've been trying to.
Right.
It's hard. Like again, it's
Right.
another job, as you know.
Yeah.
We love it. We still have the late night lockdown. My boyfriend and I met.
Yeah.
Shirley. He's a working actor. Like he works a lot, so his schedule is on and off for me, and my
Right.
schedule. So it's just even when we have a consistent day of the week, it's like, oh, next week it changes. So we're trying to figure
Right.
that out. But yeah, we still have it, but it's a time consuming job.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, you did the ladies who rant, the me
Yes,
and
yeah.
now. So
Yeah.
like from doing those shows, like
Mhm.
it is a full-time job. And
It
and
is.
it is
Yeah, you gotta commit.
so the agreement I made with myself is like it's gotta be seasonal and I'll just take summers off. Summers are like my busiest
Sure.
month because
Sure.
kids are home.
Oh yeah.
I'm the only like their mom is a teacher, so she's
Okay.
off.
Yeah. It's
So
family time.
like that's
Your
all the
vacation.
vacations that we take,
Mhm.
whether they're going off by themselves or if I'm tagging along or whatever.
Right.
So like summer's so busy. I was like, summer's off. That's how I'll handle my mental health, my recharge.
Yeah.
And like Fan Expo is like a great way to kind of cap off the year because it happens
Close it up.
typically the end of
Yeah.
May, early June. And I try to like wrap our season up like by mid-June.
Okay.
And then, which is hard because then July 1st is the anniversary of when I started podcasting in general.
Oh.
So like, I try to do a special episode every year for that.
Right.
This year, July of this year will be 19 years since I started podcasting, which
Dang. Isn't that
is
incredible? Like that's
insane.
insane that's even a thing now. I love it.
Yeah,
It's
and
crazy.
it is crazy to see how like the industry like
Yes.
basically coming up with it. Like
Mhm.
podcasting as a term, I think was 2006. So like I missed it by a year.
Right.
I started a year later. But like still when I started, the guy who like produced it and put it together was like, well, we're just going to do what Matt and Huggy do, which was a local talk show in the Philadelphia area.
Okay.
I don't know if this happened out in LA, but or in California because I don't think you were in LA in 2007. But
I was depending on what month. I just moved to LA in 2007. July.
so there were a lot of rock stations that Howard Stern used to be on as the morning guy, and when he left for Sirius, those all flipped to free FM, and they were all just all talk all day. I don't know. It was maybe not all of them, but I know New York, I know Philly, and I think Pittsburgh. Those three, and Boston, like those four for sure. I was traveling like the East Coast at that time, so I knew they all had like a free FM. So like it was all talk for 24 hours, and so we're like, oh, here's a 2-hour show that we'll just mimic, and that's what we'll do. And like we treated it like a radio show because
Have a
we
blueprint.
didn't know what we were. Yeah, we didn't know what to do.
Yeah, that was kind of the fun part about getting into a podcast was like, we don't know what we're doing really, but let's talk. We like to talk and we have a subject matter. So let's see if we can market it somehow and have fun with it.
Yeah. And then, I mean, that was the first like, I'd say the first like 6 to 7 years of podcasting was me just doing the like, let's do shock radio. Let's do, let's hit numbers. Let's do X, Y, and Z and and like make money at it.
Yeah.
And then, and we also like back then, like I was on I like to say I wasn't the only podcaster, but I was on the forefront of live streaming your podcast because YouTube didn't really have a live feature at the time.
Sure, right. You're not yet, right.
Twitch, I think, was called Justin TV at the time.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that.
The biggest streaming platform at the time was this service called Stickcam. Stickcam, yeah.
It's amazing how this changed. Remember Vine before Instagram?
Yeah. Well, and so Stickam, it got so big, not our show necessarily, but Stickam itself got so big that they didn't have enough people to like moderate what was going on. And like there was no automation for it at the time.
Okay.
So like there was literal like we like the moderator would come in and check in on and like chat with us like behind the scenes.
Right.
And then like, I gotta go to the next show and like just kind of like go through the different rooms and like manually moderate. And their downfall was like, I think it's an awful thing, but like some creator at the time, like I think raped
Ooh,
a
wow.
girl
Oh,
on
geez.
air.
Oh, God.
Uh yeah, like
Oh,
so like live. So that was like instantly like we got a phone
yeah.
call from the people that ran Stickam like, hey, sorry guys, we're done.
Yeah.
Um and rightfully so. Like that was
Right,
like
right, of course.
an awful
Wild.
thing. But it's crazy to think about like those days because I was so number focused and like did not capitalize on the audience I had at the time because I was still trying to figure out how to like market what I did
Sure,
because
no,
I'm not
exactly. How could
I'm
you
not a
not?
marketing guy, right?
Right,
So like
you know?
and I used to market my show and like
Mhm.
because I do so much, like I should have done like what a lot of people actors and actresses and people do is like market myself. Like
Right.
and that's like
It's
the
so
page I've
hard
taken
sometimes, though.
right. Well, and like
So
that's like I
tough.
started looking at Kevin Smith and be like, all right, how's he
Yeah,
doesn't market Smodcast or Fat Man on Batman. He markets Kevin Smith and
right.
then you find all the stuff. So I was like, that's what
Exactly,
I
yeah,
need to
true.
yeah. And so that's what I do now.
Okay.
But when I had an audience of like, I don't know, a couple 100,000 people watching us live
Yeah.
every for 2 hours, like I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, and never capitalized on that audience.
Oh,
Uh,
the
eh,
gems, the
which
gems.
which is fine because like when I got back to podcasting in 2016 with
Mm,
this show, I was
mhm.
like, I want to do it for me. Like that's what this is
Yeah,
now.
good for you, right on.
And like, do I look at numbers every now and then? Yeah, because I have to.
Well, yeah,
Like,
it's part of it, especially if you have the
but
captions.
but I do it as little as possible because I don't care.
Okay,
Like, I'm gonna have this conversation with you regardless of how many
right.
people watch or listen. So what do I care?
Yeah,
And that's where like I've landed with podcasting. And I tell a lot of like one of the crazy numbers that like as I started doing podcasting as a business more and more, like one of the crazy numbers I heard was the average podcast gets about 150 listeners a week. So like if
yeah.
you're getting anywhere close to that or more, you're good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like you can't be Mark Maron or Kevin
right.
Smith
No,
or
and not in the market we have today now in this,
yeah, like
money involved now with podcasting in general. It's
right. Like the
um,
fact that crazy the money that goes into it now.
it's
And
insane.
yeah. Yeah. Um all right, that was a lot about me and the world sucking. So uh
Yay!
so and I asked you I think before we hit recording, but how are you? How are things in LA?
Things in LA are starting to pick up a little bit in work wise for professional acting work, but it's still pretty hidden low. I mean, overall, we're good. We're alive. There's a roof above our heads, and life is good in that sense. Health is good, but we also have had a lot of ice raids here, and it's definitely
Right.
affecting. Not to be dark again, but literally observing life and documenting. And I'm a
Right.
documentarian at heart, and I just like
Yeah.
you see it in the streets and in restaurant. The rest people aren't going out as much. On top of the fact that just the economy and how
Right.
expensive everything is. On top of that, of course, but the culture has changed in that
Mhm.
sense, as well as already from the pandemic, where people weren't
Right.
going out
Right.
anyway as much. So on top of that, it's just like the streets are very quiet compared to what we're used to in that sense. Um, so it's a little different. I'm very empathetic and feel everything kind of person. So
Mhm.
I'm very aware of that more than some people are, I feel. And so that has been something for my own mental health to kind of consider into the new year. But like you said too, just plugging into creativity,
Yeah.
keeping us aboard. I have a new production company I've been a part of the last year and a half called the Ripple Network. Been trying to promote that, but it's just, again, self-promotion is not my cup of tea. I've never has
the
been.
worst.
I'm really trying to work on that. I'll promote everything everybody else's, or, really be
Right.
supportive. But like for me, I'm like, oh, I gotta work on
It's
this.
just so hard.
It's so hard. I don't know why, but it is. So that's another goal of mine this year, to be better about that. But yeah, we got together. My dear friend Reagan Wallace and our other friend Cameron Smith, who are actors and directors and writers and activists themselves, and we were like, we want to create more work that is, one, documenting the times we're in, but also brings to light messages of the political and social commentary that we're all a part of, whether we like it or not, unfortunately. And to also put our creativity into something, because we feel like we just don't have any way of helping or doing something more than just amplifying online. So putting our skills together, we started doing like lives as well. It was we started kind of like a podcast Twitch account, and that's how it kind of became a thing, which we were going on and just writing scripts of current events happening, but making them into sci-fi or making them into different genres to just get the messages across in a more relatable way for all. And also exercising that creativity in our own selves to plug into. And it's been good. We had one that was, the first one was called Subjugate. It was three short films to make one 20-minute film. And it was with the abortion rights in the bans happening in Texas, because both my friends and colleagues, Reagan and Cameron, are from Texas.
Okay.
So they had firsthand experience with a lot of the laws that were changing and the bans happening in their hometowns. And like, we need to write something about this. So they did. They brought me on board to help with producing, and then I got more involved with more shows and writing with them later. But that went out to film festivals, and we've been winning a lot of women's rights film festivals around the world.
Very cool.
One in London, one here in LA. It's still circulating some other film festivals, so hoping. But the great thing is the message is out there, our work is out there, and that's a big part of our passion right now, is just creating more of those.
Welcome to the mid-roll. I want to say heroes. It's in my blood to say that, from being a longtime listener of One Shot and Campaign podcasts. Anyway, welcome to the mid-roll. Just jumping in the middle of this conversation to remind you of a couple things. You can follow us on all the social medias. There is Everything Is Awesome handles on most places, but I'm going to be most active at That Nerdy Kev. I'm back on TikTok. I guess I haven't posted anything yet, but I'm back on TikTok, catching up on everything I missed. Instagram, Blue Sky, Threads. They're like the public ones. I think there's a Twitter out there, but I don't really use that anymore. At That Nerdy Kev is where you can hit us up. Make sure you leave a 5-star rating and review. Those things help, at least me mentally want to keep doing this, and they also help trying to book guests. I don't know the science behind the algorithm and the math, and if those actually mean anything to Apple. But they mean something to me, and when I'm trying to put together like a pitch deck to bring a guest on, they're super important. So I would appreciate if you haven't left a 5-star rating and review, please do so now. If you have already, thank you so much. They're super, super wonderful. I want to touch on something that, and I'll have a link in the show note for this, but our previous guest, who was Taylor Keller, she was part of our 10-year anniversary show. I said part of, she was our 10-year anniversary show. And she is now an award-winning screenwriter for her script, The Hive. And she is running a fundraiser to create a proof of concept to pitch to studios to get a full feature made. I'll have a link in the show notes to the fundraiser. I haven't had a chance to read it myself yet, but I've read like the concept. I've seen like the pitch documents or whatever that are part of the fundraising campaign, and it's a wonderful little horror that has something to say about today's world and AI, we'll say. And I love independent art. I love independent filmmaking. And Taylor, she's been on this show numerous times, both as a guest and as like an actor, if you will. I've seen clips, of her act. Wonderful actress and actor, and definitely would love to see her bring this project to life. So there will be, like I said, a link for that in the show notes. Other than that, we don't have much to say on this here mid-roll. Coming up is going to be, I believe, some fan expo stuff in the next coming weeks. I might have another interview or two in the bank to air. And I'm going to be getting back on the phone with some people who we were kind of in the process of scheduling, and then things fell apart. So, hopefully in the next episode, I'll have a better tease of what's coming. Anyway, let's get back to our conversation with Amiee Conn right here on Everything is Awesome, only on awesomepodcast.com.
And yeah, other than that, it's been stressful, to be honest.
Well, and I'm very loosely connected to your world of Hollywood and
Sure.
the entertainment industry. But like knowing that it's changed so much.
It's so different. I can't even express how different, because that's the thing too. It's like, the last big film I did was La La Land, and that was going into studios for the audition physically. That's also in the script of the movie. And now it's like a time capsule because no one does that anymore.
Right.
Unless you're called in for a chemistry read or maybe a callback here and there. But usually no, it's all self-tapes. I just did a audition for a Netflix show yesterday, and it was self-tape. And so it's like, I didn't go to school for that.
Right.
I went to school to come into rooms and present yourself and, be in person and personable.
Yeah.
Which I love that part of the audition process, but that's not there anymore in that sense. So you have to work around that and create, in your slate, and creativity is your key, and skills. So like, I've learned to edit. I'm an editor now to a degree.
Yeah.
And I'm good about that. Like, I love that. I want to learn more about the trade and the craft. I like being my own production company to a certain degree of being able to get things done. It helps my own creative work with podcasts or whatever. So it ties in together and is hand in hand, but it is after a pandemic, a global pandemic emergency that we all experience, and then just go into it. It wasn't like a smooth transition of 10 years going into something new, and you're kind of training as you go. It was literally felt like night and day.
Yeah.
And then the strike happened.
The
the writers and the actors strike. So it's like one after the other. And then reels, I don't know if you've heard about this, but vertical reels, or verticals they're called, or micro dramas they're now being called. They've taken over because the money's there, but they're little snippets, like 5-minute videos, short films basically on your phone. And that's where the world is. And it's not at a studio because it's all apps. So the studios are the apps. But they're making more money than some of these actors out here. And that's the world we're living in.
I was reading something, watching something. And like the term verticals came up, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
And then I read, I was like, first of all, that I hate that. I it is. And like, listen, if you're like a vertical, I think there was literally a term vertical actor, and I was like, what? That's what I saw.
And they're all little, like, there's conventions now, of course. So it
like,
is a department. And my thing was, my agents, we had a Zoom call several months ago about it, because they could see that it was starting to really, it's making big profit. And so even Lionsgate and Warner Brothers,
insane.
That was like in July, I think, or August, that they were announcing that they were going to have their own departments at the studios now for just they were verticals, but I think that kind of had like a negative connotation or something for some reason.
As
so
it
now
should.
Micro dramas.
But
they're soap operas, and nothing against that. And they're going to probably get better because they'll have better writers and better, scenarios. Right. But it's just like, I don't want to watch my movie on my screen like this. I don't want to watch my favorite TV show. Maybe if I'm traveling for sure. But we have to get away from not wanting to go to the theater, or not wanting to watch it in our own like TV at home, at least.
I'm just a horizontal, like,
Me too.
that's
I know.
what
Yeah,
makes
that's the other
sense.
thing.
And I still like, so, and I don't go to the movies very often, but
Sure.
I still pay AMC like $25 a month to
Yeah,
go
when
see
you
4
can at
movies
least.
a week.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
well, and I literally will go, they get my money. Now I don't know how that works with with their unlimited movie thing, how movie
Oh,
studios
right.
get paid,
How they do that,
but
yeah.
I like, that's how I'm supporting the movie theater, and
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
really have a
you
local one. Like, there's not a local theater that I could support that would be
mm,
better,
sure.
unfortunately. They're
But
all
at this
big
point, that
box.
is a local theater because we're
Yeah,
losing theaters, so
yeah,
thank you for your
which is
contribution anyways.
crazy. But yeah,
Yeah,
and like, I will never get rid of that $25 subscription fee of going to the because A, I feel like if I get rid of it, they'll never give it back. But
right,
B,
yeah, good
like,
point.
I even I what I should be doing is probably just buying a movie ticket every, like, I think I can get 4 movies a week. I'm sure by hitting yes, I'm going to see that movie, it pays the movie studio. I should be doing that even if I'm not going. But
Right.
regardless, like, it is my way of making sure that, like, hey, that theater is getting some
You
sort of
still have
money.
interest, yeah.
Yeah, because, like, there are, like, again, summers are usually big for me. Nothing
Mhm,
has changed in 10 years. I still love
right.
Marvel and Star Wars and stuff.
Of
So, like,
course, as you should.
those are the 10, like, though Scream 7's coming out, and I love horror and I love the Scream
Right.
franchise. I'll be
Mhm.
going to that.
Can't believe they go
And,
the same.
like,
It's crazy.
I also I do try to go to, like, smaller, like, movies as well, because when I have this AMC pass, like, I'll take a
Sure,
risk on a movie that I
yeah.
normally wouldn't.
It's fun
That's how I
sometimes.
discovered, Smile, the movie Smile. Like, I was like, "Huh,
Oh, okay.
I'll go see,"
That's yeah,
so
I've been starting to do that too, where, like, just go and see a movie.
yeah,
Just,
yeah,
"Oh, this looks interesting. Okay, let's go. I have no idea what it's really about, but let's check
and
it out."
now the biggest issue is, like, now I'm in, like, content creation mode, so, like, I don't
Right.
have time to go, like, I wanna go
Another
see
part of your
Primate.
brain.
Right. But, like, I wanna go see Primate. Looks like a wild, cool, interesting movie
Right.
of a killer ape,
A killer
or chimp or
yes.
whatever, and,
Mhm.
I'm like, but I don't have to, like, I'm too busy creating, so,
Sure, sure, yeah.
yeah, the many hats that you wear, it's
Oh
hard
gosh,
to,
it's
um
a carousel of
yeah, yeah.
hats.
It's spinning, I call it spinning plates, all the
The
plates
spinning
that I
plates, yeah,
spin.
that too, that
Yeah.
works, yeah. Mhm. Both
Often,
directions.
about to drop one on a daily basis.
It's
But
true,
yeah,
it's
I don't hate the idea of the content that these verticals or micro dramas are going to create.
right,
I think it's good to have something that's a smaller budget for people to be able to work on.
absolutely, no.
I just don't like the format. Like, I don't like,
Well, that's the thing. I guess for me, it's like even as a business point of view, wouldn't you? My question again, I haven't talked to anyone specific about it, but wouldn't you want to have a master shot that was bigger
yeah,
and you could utilize in different formats? So you could
right.
because you can cut that down to what our phones are format
Yeah,
versus like reels in TikTok or whatever. Up scroll a new one. So but they literally have a camera this size for just that format, and it just seems like it's very hindering to you marketing to your own projects. But
right.
what do I know?
You can't take that and reuse it, on a
You
movie
can't,
screen.
yeah. And they're just
Uh,
so yeah, it's fascinating on one level from like looking at cinema history where we are and what we're experiencing in real time and what people are going to learn from the future about this time frame of history. But living it sucks because it's
yeah,
like we're not really able to. I mean, yeah, like you said, you're able to create more with our phones and as a creative content creator. But
yeah,
if you don't have a budget, it's great. It's guerrilla work basically of your own accord. But with these people are like they have huge budgets, they
yeah,
and they're making this small format
yeah.
that I don't understand it. It doesn't make good business to me. But say la vie.
I went to, what I thought was a comedy improv show.
Mm,
So I was way underdressed. It ended up being a premiere for a comedy mockumentary,
okay.
and I went with my buddy, and I was like, "Bud, you didn't know this was a premiere?" Because he
Thanks
was
for the
wearing
heads
like,
up, man.
and like he's like, "I didn't know," but and he dresses like a human being like
Oh,
when
that's
he goes out.
hilarious.
But like when I go out with my buddies, I'm usually going to be Adam Sandler. Like I'm just going to be dressed down in shorts and a t-shirt and a hoodie.
See, that's the thing
And
in LA. You're already set. You just walk on the red carpet just like that, dude. You're set. And like, I get it. I like dressing up. A lot of people don't do it anymore for whatever reason.
Right.
If it's your brand or your look, like Kevin Smith, you know, like it makes sense. It makes sense. But it's nice to dress up once in a while too.
Well, and like that's switching to video. Clearly, I haven't been like, "Hey, let me have a brand," because I'm just wearing whatever t-shirt I have on. But when I do live shows, I do it like I don't.
You got marketing going?
Right. If you don't, you might not remember, but like I had my blazer and jeans and a t-shirt and tie on. Very like casual, business casual is how I usually do live shows. And as I get back into it, part of our 10 years is getting back into trying to do live shows and festivals and stuff.
Yeah.
So like I got to redevelop that. Like, oh, what do I want that brand to be for me? Like, do I want to go back to what I was doing? Do I do a 10-year refresh and do something different? I don't know yet, but it is wild to even have to think about, because I'm like, like as I build my brand, I got to think. Again, it's the marketing part that I don't like.
I know. I was like, but that's usually when you have the money, like budget to actually, afford people to do that for you. That's the beauty of it. Because if it's your passion, cool, then help me out, please. Because I'm like, I'm not a shopper. I'm not a person. I like, comfy chic is my thing too. So it's just like that role is cool. But yeah, that is part of the business, whether we like it or not, and it is a part of our social just world in general, no matter what industry you're in, about like the presentation and the look and like what the consistency is of what are you? Well, why am I being labeled as just one thing? I'm many things. You're many things.
Right.
But we have to figure that you have to have something that's marketable.
It's so funny because that's been a theme that has come up kind of naturally as I've been talking to people the last few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
We had for our 10-year anniversary show, I had Taylor Keller on, who I believe you guys connected through email.
Oh yeah, right.
The girl that's once she's going to have a trial run out in LA. And she the gimmick of my 10-year anniversary show was like, oh, the very first episode, I sat down with one of my good friends and talked about Back to the Future. And she's like a big Back to the Future fan.
Ooh,
and I was like, so the gimmick is like any good IP, we're going to reboot. And we're just going to do the same thing all over again, except we're going to gender swap. And but then I, got into it. I was like, by the way, we're not just going to talk Back to the Future, because you are more than just Back to the Future girl on social media. You are many different things. Sure. And then I also had Aaron on like 2 weeks ago. Okay. And same thing, like we focused on like the parody stuff that you guys did. But I was like, by the end of it, I was like, we didn't even get to all the other stuff you've been working on, because like you are some of more than just parody. So like,
right. She's a parody queen for sure. But yeah, no, that's awesome. I mean, there's never enough time when you're having good conversations anyway. You know?
No, absolutely not. Like that is
regular, like 5 episodes back to back.
And when this show started, that was the thing. Like we would sit down with people and talk for like 2 to 3 hours.
Right.
And I'd split it up into 3 different episodes. But I like one episode with one guest, because then you get the full conversation all at once.
True.
So it's very hard to like limit these episodes to an hour sometimes. Sometimes I try, again, looking at the metrics of podcasting, like 45 minutes to an hour is ideal. Ride. It's a car ride. Well, it's a car ride in the East. I don't know about LA. It's a portion of your car ride.
Episode and
right.
In traffic 20 minutes later.
That is the I've been to California like 2 times, I think.
Okay.
The first time I didn't have to drive anywhere, but like airport to there's an Mountain View amphitheater. There's an amphitheater out there that I did work at, and I think it was kind of close to the airport and my hotel, so I didn't have to worry about it.
That's always nice.
But I went out a couple of years ago, well, pre-COVID, and ended up in Anaheim. But like from the airport to Anaheim, like I looked at the miles, I was like, easy. This is gonna be an easy drive.
That's
And we
the
landed like
thing.
later at night. And I was like, this is
Mhm.
easy.
It should
And it
be
was like,
that way.
and I was like, oh no, everything that they say about, I think it was the 405 I was on or what. Oh, everything is true. It all just sucks out here. It just
Oh
sucks.
yeah, yeah. The concept is great. When the pandemic happened, it was like a ghost town compared. So it was just nice to see nobody on the streets for like
Right.
5 days at least. And then it got creepy, of course. But that's the thing. Everywhere mileage wise should be like 20 minutes in LA.
Yeah.
That's how close they literally physically is. But
Right.
because of the traffic and the congestion of how many people, and then not having proper metro transportation that they say they're working
Right.
on for the Olympics, and hopefully by then they will be true with that, because the potential is there, but we don't
Right.
have the infrastructure in that way to actually help with the congestion. And that was built
Right.
that way in purpose years ago. But it makes it fun to listen to music and know more about
Yeah.
podcasts and artwork.
Yeah.
So at least there's
Well,
a win,
and
I guess.
some of the like the best like little advices that you guys have been given, Taylor. Some people kept me on emails, other people
Oh,
didn't.
nice.
But
Yeah.
like seeing like one of the common things that I saw 2 or 3 people say was like, it doesn't matter where you live. It's gonna suck travel wise. Like find the
Find what
neighborhood
you
that
like.
speaks to you. Right. Yeah. Find the
Yeah,
neighborhood
find
that
your
speaks
place.
to you.
Mhm,
And then just worry about
mhm.
everything. And I was like, that's
Yeah,
really good logical advice. And
yeah,
like, it
it
was
is,
real
yeah.
hard reading this advice. I was like, I want to move out to LA. Like, that's how good the advice
And
was.
listen, it is expensive, but it's really expensive a lot of places, and at least the weather is good most of the time here. So other
Yeah.
than other than the
I,
fires, of course. Those were not fun.
right.
Those were not
Yeah.
fun. But
That
yeah.
is awful, obviously.
Yeah.
Like, I was, Conan O'Brien's podcast was like the podcast
Mm,
I was listening to at the time. That was when all the fires were happening and just
sure.
hearing about it. And now you weren't affected, but where you were from was, right?
Yeah, so that was the thing, was likely where my partner and I, Matthew, we live in the valley, but it's in an area that is thankfully not close to hillsides and stuff,
Mhm.
but it still is in a centralized area. So we were good. There's a lot of smoke all over though, so that was a
Oh,
problem. And I have asthma, so that was a big thing. Of just like we got air purifiers, and we just did everything we could to make sure that it wasn't
right.
in the house as much as possible. Um, but we did have friends who have houses and homes in hillside areas that were either they were affected or they were really close to being affected. Like the one in Hollywood Hills that happened for a
Right.
brief moment, that was a huge thing, like on the Hollywood side, and we were like, oh my god, it's congested, and it's a nightmare from a horror film, action
Right.
packed film in the 80s or something. It should have been
Right.
a
Right.
script for. So that was a little too close to home for people we care about and love. But we were safe, thank God, and we were good.
Yeah.
But we were ready to pack up and go if for God forbid, like the
Right.
great London fire happened in LA
Right.
instead, and it just caught, because we didn't know if it was going to catch the rooftops and
Right.
just keep going. Because the other problem was that the fire department was over capacity. Like they didn't have enough people to help because it was so busy in every different direction happening. So
Right.
that's why they eventually had other people come out, but at the time it was just hairy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's enough for me to not want to live there though.
Right.
'Cause
And
I-
yeah. And then the thing is, like, I didn't experience it myself, but that had happened again prior in 2017 to my home area in
Yeah.
Sonoma County.
That's
And
the one I was thinking of. I
Lahaina,
remember.
yeah.
Yeah.
And my childhood house burnt down. Like, I don't have
Oh,
family there anymore, but it was
right.
the house. And what was weird is
Still.
I had gone up there to visit family like 2 weeks before, because I was coming back 2 weeks later to go to the Emmys that year. And it was great because I was able to see a lot of places that I had grown up around and took
Right.
photos. And I just had this very nostalgic feeling of being like, I need to take photos. I do that all the time anyway, but I'm a documentarian at heart. But there was something very special, like, of that house. And I just wanted to have the video again, like the updated version, and who knows when I'd be back. And then 2 weeks later, it all burned down. So I was very grateful for the time to catch that. But yeah, it was, again, not knowing, because the winds, like what happened in Lahaina too, the winds are just, they were like, I had never seen, I've been here for a long time, almost 20 years, and Santa Ana winds are always an issue here, which I had never known about before I moved to LA. But the day, like the week that we had those fires a year ago today, it was just like those fires in Sonoma and in Lahaina, where it's like 80 miles to 100 miles per hour winds. So the embers, you have no chance.
Right.
The embers are just going to go everywhere, because that's Mother Nature doing her thing. And it doesn't matter how many people you have on the ground. You can't fight that as best as you can.
It's, I complain a lot about the snow in the greater Philadelphia area. And the cold temperatures. Though that's the cold temperatures that's a recent thing, because I used to wear basketball shorts.
That's true. But yeah, see,
like the cold temperatures have always been here. I used to just wear basketball shorts and not care about it.
Sure.
And I don't know if now that I'm 41 going on 42, I'm just like my old man. Like
it's a little chilly.
I haven't worn shorts. I wore shorts one time in the last 3 months, and that was to that premiere, because it was it happened to be warm that day, and I didn't know it was premiere. And so but
I'm kidding.
But so that's I complained about that a lot, but anything further north is just gonna be more snow.
Yeah, true. No.
Go down south.
Alaska, so that's the thing, is I grew up in Alaska as a kid, and I hated that snow, because I wasn't used to it. I'm from California originally. So it was just night and day, very extreme, very traumatic at the beginning of experiencing it, like below zero, standing in line to go to school in the pitch darkness. Like, it was a lot. So I get that cold. I know it's not exactly the same, but I have been in that type of cold for a long period of time. And I have told myself, I never want to live in that again. Like, that's not fun. That's not, I don't want these fires either. You don't get me wrong, but I just can't live in the weather anymore.
That is,
if I can help
that is the polar opposite too, to go from sunny California to,
that's what I'm saying. I'm
pressing Alaska.
Because they have to talk about the stories that I grew up with. But yeah, it was quite the literally polar opposite, night and day.
But yeah, and like down in Florida, I love the Tampa area, but I got to deal with hurricanes and stuff down there.
Well, so, that's another thing. Tornadoes and hurricanes. No, thank you. No, thank you.
Yeah.
I remember getting off the plane in Missouri one day for one of our tours, and it had a photo of a tornado and a person to run into the bathroom in case there's a tornado. And I was like, I forgot those exist around here. I'm not happy about that. That's creepy.
And what really sucks about tornadoes is something that I never really had to ever worry about, but now they're a thing in the area. Where I work about 40 minutes to an hour northwest of my house. So it's closer to it's further from Philly. It's more it's more into Pennsylvania, but still Pennsylvania is huge, so it's not even still East Coast Pennsylvania. But a tornado went through the hospital one year there.
Wow. Oh,
and
God.
I was driving home one year from work, and literally the skies were so dark, and I'm like,
you're that doesn't
am
look
I
good.
about to get into a tornado now? I was legitimately worried. I was like, guys, I might have to pull off somewhere, and this is there was, and then in my own driveway one year, I got, let's see, I think it's tornado warning is the normal one that I like. That is kind of normal, because I used to have tornado drills at school. So
so I'm not had that. So I'm like, what do you do?
we don't. So I guess they're normal enough to warrant the fact that we used to have drills.
Okay.
But never had anything more than a tornado warning before. And usually that's because it starts to form. And then just goes away.
Right.
There was, God, I even forget the terminology. It wasn't tornado warning. It was one that I never saw before. And I was like, huh. And I opened it and I was like, get into immediate shelter because you were within 5 minutes of an actual tornado. I was like,
oh, jeez.
Oh, this is
No.
bad. And
Oh,
it literally
that's a
hit
nightmare
like,
of mine. Mm-mm.
yeah, across, like I actually, so I'm in the greater Philadelphia area, but Levittown is actually closer to Trenton, New Jersey.
Okay.
So the, and then Burlington, New Jersey is like right around the corner there too. And that's where it hit. It hit in Burlington. So like
Oh,
spinning distance from,
yeah,
you know,
right.
and
Too
so I'm
close
like
for comfort.
100%. So like I would say I don't want to live anywhere because there's tornadoes and stuff, but like I kind of live in that area now, which kind of is
Yeah.
weird. But yeah, no, I've also like said maybe it's Ireland. Maybe that's where I need to live. Like just
My dad is currently trying to get his dual citizenship to go there. Right? And I'm like, maybe I want to get that after you. If I can, why not be a dual citizen anywhere? But
well, once he gets it, it's easy for you. You can just get it.
I'm like praying we can figure it, because you have to have it's his grandfather's birth
Yeah.
certificate. I think he has found, which is hopefully the case. But yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see.
I spent before my dad passed away, I spent a good 6 months digging into family trees because I was
Mhm.
like, I fear, and this was before the election, but I was like, I fear that it will be a very bad place to live here. So, spoilers, I was right.
History tells you anything.
Yeah. But
Not too far off that. Yes, and
yeah,
eventually it has become that.
so
Yeah.
but I spent 6 months diving into family trees to see if we could get citizenship
Yeah.
because my grandparents, his parents were born in Philadelphia. So I was like,
Okay.
that's out. So I was like, all right, but maybe if your grandparents
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
they also were born in Philly, it was like I think great grandparents were the first ones to come over. So we
Okay.
missed it by like a generation.
Oh, dang.
But it is crazy. I don't know if you've ever dived into a family tree, and I don't know if
Oh,
this is
yeah, another conversation another day. But I've been doing it for like 20 years, and I found because
okay.
my family has a lot of adoptions, so I've been
Gotcha.
researching and found a lot of research over the years. But yeah, I love
Gotcha.
it. It's another hobby of mine that I've just really
Yeah,
enjoyed.
I can only do it for a little bit because it takes up
I
so
go down
much of my
rabbit
time.
holes and like, how is this
Yeah.
connected?
Well, and like I discovered like, oh
Smoothie.
man, like there
Yeah,
used to
it's
be a lot of fucking babies in my
Mhm.
family that
Mhm.
like, and I don't know if this is normal for everybody or just the Irish because the potato famine,
Oh
but
yeah, a lot of
like
passing. Yeah.
so many like babies died in my
Yeah,
my
that was
family
very
tree. I'm
common,
like,
unfortunately. Yeah, that's why
yeah,
they had so many kids. On top
yeah,
of that, is
yeah,
because
yeah.
they needed to make sure they were procreating their families, and
And
Catholic.
I do apologize to the Irish people for calling it the potato famine. I know I was there. You guys call it the Great Hunger. That's my
Oh,
bad.
that's right. That's true. For true.
Yeah,
The
that's
great.
my bad. I have like 40 years of calling it the potato famine, and then
Listen,
I learned.
right. The American versions we have to
Yeah,
revisit, look at the
yeah,
accurate history,
yeah.
pay back respect. True that.
Before I let you go here, as we hit our hour, I know we could
Yes.
talk forever.
We
We could
could
talk
talk
for
for
another hour
hours.
easily, but because it has been 10 years since at
Yeah.
least Christmas Magic,
Yeah.
which means it's been 11 years since the Rock Opera. I completely the 10-year anniversary of that fell off my radar.
Man, I
I'm
know this is
interested. Like, what is your like memories of that era of like the rock opera, Once Upon a Wine?
Oh, I mean, some of the best memories, honestly, of
Yeah.
just entertainment experience here in LA. I mean, we were all great friends on top of that, so it really helped to capture the magic, literally that Aaron
Mhm.
had created from the shows they had done before, which I hadn't been part of, but then I came in for the film, and then. But just the concept of it. So yeah, I also got my start with podcasts because of Once Upon a Wine, and
Mhm.
that really kind of helped me to gravitate toward wanting to do more with that genre of the industry.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, I think some of my favorite memories, other than filming it in Big Bear and all that was, I mean, there's so many. I have like a lot of the memorabilia on my walls still because I'm really proud of what we created together.
Yeah.
And all the memories of traveling, like we toured the whole country. It got me to New York
Yeah.
to perform live, to be a part of that twice. Like
Yeah.
it's huge, like it really is something I'll always be grateful and I cherish. Because it was a really magical time, and I can't believe it's 10 years or 11 now, but there's a
Yeah,
reason
yeah,
why it
it's
lasts,
crazy.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things is like to just Google it every now, and I watch it probably on an annual basis. Like I say this to Erin every time I talk to her. Like I genuinely like that movie.
Yeah,
I
it's a fun, great movie. It really
Yeah,
is.
I also genuinely think it's better than season 5 of the show. Like it is it, it
Yeah, the
is I
show
know
probably wish they would have made instead.
yeah. And I know that it's silly, it's campy.
Yeah,
Um
but
but
it's supposed to be for that reason, yeah.
right,
Yeah.
but like it is I genuinely it's one of my favorite things. I love going and doing a rewatch of it once a year. Um and so when I do that, I'm usually googling it too, and like one of my favorite things was like I think a couple like almost a year ago, like it got onto the Once Upon a Time Reddit. Like people were
Oh,
talking about
I
it.
don't do Reddit. I need to get into Reddit more, but I had no idea.
Yeah, like people found it because it started getting distributed through like I think like Prime and Tubi for free.
Yes, I
Like
remember because we watched it recently, a couple years ago, I think now, but like, yeah,
yeah.
on Amazon, I think it was on.
Yeah, and
Right.
I think it, like a year or two ago it hit Tubi as well. And
Okay.
I think that is what like generated like this Reddit post, and like just reading the like the people's thoughts on it, like which I think was generally favorable, like
Uh-huh.
acknowledging that it was silly and stuff, but
Sure. Yeah,
um
you get
people yeah,
it.
and
Yeah.
like it is I think like that my one of my biggest takeaways from that time was the fandom,
Mhm.
not the rock opera fandom. I think they were all great.
Yeah.
Um
Yeah. They were
the
some of the best people
but
I've met.
but the Oet fandom could be a little they could be a little strong-willed, I guess.
Mhm.
I remember Ace made a joke about Swan Queen or something, and then I commented on it, and then
Uh-huh.
him and I got
Yeah.
obliterated in the
Scrutinized.
comments. Yeah, and I'm like, "Oh my god, it's a joke,
Yeah.
guys."
Yeah. Well,
uh, so that was my lesson to never anger a fandom again. But
that is the thing. Fandom, man, it's always been something that, makes or breaks you in some ways, but
mhm,
especially in today's era, I mean, I do have some issues when there's a fandom of a show that then the writers have to start catering to what the fans want instead of what the storyline should maintain or the characters should
right,
maintain. So as a writer and as an artist and as an actor, that's my perspective on that from the creative side of it. But as a fan, like it is annoying when they keep teasing you and stuff and then they don't do it proper to the script itself. It's just like that's TV shows in general though. But
right,
yeah, because it's like the fans are the ones that get us there, the fact that they
yeah,
wanted to see our work and we were, not officially affiliated with the show, but the show and the creators themselves knew about us and they
yeah,
met us and they brought us in with arms right open and said, this is so cool. Like, thank you for that. That was very special that we got to that point. And I think it's just very unique that we got to be a part of that because not a lot of people did what we
yeah,
did and actually got to that point in time with a
yeah.
lot of actual showrunners of TV shows. I think that
Yeah,
was very
that was always crazy to me, like how like the show, like the cast, like they just were like all so into it. I was like
yeah,
it, it's a fun time. It's a fun
it
time
is. Yeah,
to think about
absolutely.
and whatnot.
Hopefully it's never
And I always threaten Aaron. I'm like, I am still waiting on a sequel to that rock opera. I,
well, good because it was great with that first one. I think she'd be making a
yeah.
great one too. Whatever
Yeah,
that may be.
it would be fun. Well, Amiee, thank you for hopping on the show
Thank
and
you.
dealing with me running a little late today,
No worries.
and whatnot. Do you have any plugs that you want to get out there before we officially end?
Oh, if you can I'm gonna be better about self-plugging stuff. So if you want to follow me personally at Amiee Conn, AMIEECONN on all social platforms, except Twitter. I still will call it Twitter or
Yes,
TikTok.
that's what it's called.
But everything else. And then my production company with our work is going to be on youtube.com/the @ Val Ripple net, which is RIPPLE. And then our Instagram handle for that is at the same thing, the Ripple, RIPPLE net and ET on Instagram. And soon
we will have all that in the show notes so that you don't have to remember that, guys.
Links.
Thank you once again.
Thank you. It's so good to see you. And congratulations on the 10 years. Amazing. Honestly.
Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you once again to Amiee Conn for being on the show. Always a great conversation. She's only been on the show one other time, I believe, but I've obviously talked to her numerous times in the past. I used to produce some of her podcasts that she did with miscellaneous people, and just a good friend. I would say, we don't see each other almost ever. We're on opposite coasts. We interact on social media more than anything else, but I am a huge fan of Amiee and her work, and not only like the make pretend, the play, the acting, and whatnot, and the singing, but also like how passionate she is about the state of the world and the injustices and whatnot. So, big fan. Thank you once again, Amiee, and I apologize for getting this out way later than I had originally intended. Just doing these intros and mid-rolls and outros has me pumped, right? So I am super excited to get back into this. Not only are we getting back into this right here with Everything is Awesome, Avatar State Radio has been on the same hiatus as Everything is Awesome because of my mental health. Also scheduling. Mike and I are busy people, and we are just very busy for the last few months. And we could have found time, but I don't think either of us were quite there. I know I wasn't there mentally for it. That being said, I believe in September, Labor Day weekend, I believe that the 4th, we are going to, on Avatar State Radio, drop the rest of the animated season 1 episodes all at once. And then I believe we have the original live action movie, and then we have a couple episodes of season 1 of the live action show, and then we'll kick into season 2 of the podcast, which will begin with season 2 of the animated series. That's Avatar State Radio. That's coming back September 4th, and I'm not sure the airing schedule for that. It might follow a similar thing as to Everything is Awesome that we talked about in the mid-roll, or in the mid-roll? Or in the intro. Man, I forget already, and I've been doing these back to back. Crazy that I forget already. Anyway, regardless, for more information about Avatar State Radio, you can go to avatarstateradio.com and listen to, on the 4th, listen to the most recent episode. I don't usually do pre-intros or outros on that. And when I say pre-intros, I guess post-intros and post-outros on that because we record them baked into the show. But either on an episode of Everything is Awesome during a mid-roll, or I'll create a mid-roll for Avatar State Radio, which I almost never do. And I will talk about the game plan for that. But anyway, I think, and I got to look at my files that I have. I think the next episode we're going to air is from Fan Expo Philadelphia. I have 2 things to air from that. One is a thing at a press event with Mr. T. And then the other thing is a live panel that we did about Smallville that I was joined on stage with. It was Ben Beck, Jadzia Axelrod. We were supposed to have Craig Lagones with us. And God damn it, you know what? Craig, you got to let me know if I nailed it, because I always think about it in my head and I say, that's the wrong one. Say it this way. And then I say it the wrong way. Because the first one was the right way. So let's see. Craig, if you're listening, just shoot me, you know what? Leave a 5-star review and let me know if I got your name right. That's how I'll know. Anyway, so we're going to have, I think, those 2 episodes probably air back to back. To give me time to record some additional episodes with some people. I want to try and keep these episodes that I record with folks close to real time so that if they have something to talk about, they are good to go. And we can just have it air. I don't want to record so far in advance, but this is all stuff that I'll talk about. Maybe that's what our Patreon should be, some behind the scenes stuff. That's what that Patreon should be. Anyway, it is time for me to get my day started. As you can tell, this is not my normal. Everything is all well. Actually, when I go to a live show, it kind of is. I'm morphing back to shirt and tie for my live shows. Anyway, thank you all for listening. Make sure you follow on the social medias. Like I said, we do have some for the show, but your best bet is just to follow me at That Nerdy Kev. That's where I am the most responsive. If you want to be a guest on the show, feel free to hit me up on one of the social medias there. Feel free to email us. I believe it's awesome@starbirdmediallc.com. Though we probably have an email for awesomepodcast.com as well. I'm not quite sure. Anyway, I'll have all that stuff in the show notes. Thank you all once again for listening. If you are still a listener from all the times that we've taken breaks, because I'm just crazy, thank you for sticking with us, man. I love it. We're going to try to get more consistent here because it truly does, doing these shows and being creative, even if that is just me sitting down and talking to people, is really good for the heart, good for the soul, good for the mind. I know I'll be talking to people a little bit more about serious things coming up. Some of it will be wacky and silly and be about Kevin Smith and Batman and fun stuff, sure. But just like this conversation with me, where we got a little serious about the state of the world, there's something to cathartic about that. And I know there's podcasts that just focus on that. I know that there's something that's a big inspiration to me as of late is Michael Rosenbaum's podcast, Inside of You. And I know that the appeal to that is it's not just a nobody that's sitting there talking to other nobodies about mental health. It's a TV star, a movie star sitting there talking about his own mental health with other TV and movie stars. So I get the appeal there, but I love having those conversations as well with other creatives because, yes, everyone's listening to those big people, but sometimes they still feel untouchable and they feel like they're different, even though they have the same problems as us. Hearing people that kind of go through it every day and don't have the resources that these celebrities have is, I think, important as well. Anyway, thank you all for listening. We'll catch you on the other side right here on Everything is Awesome, only on awesomepodcast.com.